let's take a look at the grid. It is Jack Aitken and Sheldon van der Linde on the front row. Mirko Bortolotti, Frank Pereira, and all Lamborghini. Then Calvin van der Linde, Mauro Engel, Rene Rast, and Arjun Maini. Lucas Auer and Marco Wittmann, the local hero, rounding out the top 10 ahead of Lucas Stoltz and Ricardo Feller. A bit of work to do from there. So also Thomas Prine, defending champion, with Nicky Tim for company. Luca Exler, Thierry Vermeulen, we're looking enviously at his teammate. Arjen Guyen and Max Paul with the two McLarens bringing up the rear. Ben Durr and Clemens Schmid. Jack Aitken just a little bit ahead. Sheldon van der Linde will pull forwards. Who can tame the Norisring? We're about to find out. We are go! And it is Jack Aitken who has a good start into turn one. Sheldon van der Linde dropping back. Now is he going to come on the outside? Look at Mauro Engel on the wide outside. Jack Aitken has the line into turn one. Sheldon van der Linde under pressure. Mirko Bortolotti, Mauro Engel going wide into the corner as well. The cars somehow all make it around the Grundig turn, out along towards the Scholar S chicane. Looks like we've all got away cleanly to start off with, but Jack Aitken doing exactly what he needs to do. Calvin van der Linde taking inspiration from the drifting that he saw yesterday around the Scholar S, but that isn't the quick way around because Mauro Engel having a little look up the inside. Jack Aitken around to Duitsendijk, turn 4. There is Mauro Engel from the perspective of Calvin van der Linde.
And there is Lucas Auer in with what I believe is a right rear puncture.
Oh, so this won't count as his mandatory pit stop. The team will come in, they change that right rear tyre. That is a disaster. Thanks, Nicky Tim, who has been towards the top of the timing sheets in most of the sessions so far during this event.
Jack Aitken dropping down the graphics, scaring me a little bit. I think the graphics and the timing aren't quite on the same
Don't panic, don't panic.
Maybe transponder being a little bit temperamental, briefly putting my heart down in my leg somewhere. Aitken still leading the way. Meanwhile, Thierry Vermeulen, of course, in the other Emil Frey Ferrari, hot on the heels now of Luca Engstler. I think after that fourth place finish, at the Zandvoort circuit, Vermeulen feels good, but Max Powell feels like he's got an opportunity.
Look at the back end hanging out as Thierry Vermeulen scoots around turn 4, and Max Powell, ever the opportunist, takes up that position in 15th place. So Max Powell moving forwards. There's certainly a bit of pace in that Lamborghini. I get the feeling that is probably what put pay to it, and when you're more than a lap down, you're going to struggle to get it back. Look at Thierry Vermeulen. He's frustrated that he got caught by Arjen Guyen. The two cars running side by side, running around the streets. You get the feeling that Thierry Vermeulen may have had a few tips from his mentor, Max Verstappen, who we know watches him. Of course, Thierry Vermeulen's father, Raymond, is the manager of Max Verstappen.
Just to let you know, there might be some rain in the pit stop window. There might be some rain in the pit stop window. So at the moment, I'm looking at staying out for a little bit longer.
So they're going to get the tyres changed on the number 94 car. The team getting to work. No mistakes here. You must not spin the wheels either. It has to be the rear wheels first, then the front wheels. A little bit slow getting the right front on, but a pretty good stop all in all. Of course, we do have the fastest pit stop award at the moment. Mercedes-AMG team Winwood lead that by 13 points. Manthey EMA are second with 10 points, and Schubert Motorsport in third with 9 points.
But this is the thing. Nicky Team's come out and immediately he's going to have to deal with blue flags. It doesn't work when everybody else is staying out on such a short circuit, and now Nicky Team is at least going to have to let the top two through over the course of the next few corners. Sheldon van der Linde did sense an opportunity, but now he's got the Lamborghini between himself and Jack Aitken.
So Rene looking fairly strong there as well. Into the pits now, Luca Engstler. So clearly the Lamborghini team Liquimoli by GRT crew deciding now's the time to blink. Of course, the other issue is fairly tight pit lane. If everybody comes in at the same time, you've got a much higher chance of tripping over somebody. Good stop there, nice and clean. Luca Engstler set on his way. He'll be a lap down. He'll be trying to generate heat in the tyres of that Lamborghini. He'll like the look of that gap behind Preining, but he might struggle because there's a Mercedes about to fill it as well. Right, Ricardo Feller also into the pits. He was running in 14th place, so he is in for his mandatory stop too.
Let's see then the Swiss driver now in the hands of his Abt Sportline colleagues, also in Swiss colours. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but it's certainly convenient. That's not Thierry Vermeulen, that is the number 7 car being serviced. As someone who's used to timed pit stops, these competitive stops and the borderline acrobatics from the crews.
And Ricardo Fella that he's going to have to get past.
Again, I'm not sure why he'd pit right now if you're outside the top 10. We're seeing it once more. Fella's probably lost, what, 3-4 seconds on that outlap? And that is going to be critical for the second phase of his race. René Rast is right on the back of Maro Engel coming out of turn 4. The short nature of this circuit, though, very good for the race laps Wales and Africa.
19,796 euros for each lap completed in the race laps for Africa. BWT and the ADAC jointly donating money as we see Maro Engel going deep into turn 1. So he drops down the order.
Sidelines try and find some track space. He was trying to cover off René Rast, trying to avoid the rear of Mirko Bortolotti, and the net result was running deep into the corner. Well, we've almost crossed that.
So now drivers started to come into the pits. Every 2 or 3 seconds, I keep poking my hand out of the commentary box door to see if there's any rain coming down. It's gone very dark, but it doesn't look at the moment as though it's going to go wet in the next few minutes. Look at all that brake dust.
Now, if we get a look here at Bortolotti exiting the pit lane, you'll see what I was talking about. For Sheldon van der Linde, he's going to be hoping that he comes back out still ahead of Mirko Bortolotti, who's already made that stop from the top 3.
So the question is, will Jack Aitken now pit to cover this one off? The tyre change has been done by the Schubert Motorsport crew. Here comes the Abt Sportsline Audi, being driven by Kelvin van der Linde. Stops exactly on the marks. The crew getting to work, rehearsed so many times. I've walked around the circuit late last night and they were rehearsing it as it was getting dark. Sheldon van der Linde coming out of the pit lane. The air is starting to feel moist. The darkness is coming. Is it going to rain? Thierry Vermeulen, teammate Jack Aitken also into the pits. Aitken still staying out at the moment. René Rast moves up into second place. Maro Engel into third. The leader still out on track at the moment. We've got 7-8 cars still yet to pit. Now René Rast into the pits as well. In the background, there's Franck Pereira also coming in for his mandatory stop. Jack Aitken is going to have to come in within the next couple of laps.
Yeah, he's got at most 3 more laps out there on circuit, 3 more passes of the pit entry. I think it may be 2 more passes, as a matter of fact. René Rast again with a plume of brake dust coming off the BMW as they change the tyres. And Franck Pereira on the radio.
Is it heavy rain? Heavy rain,
I think the tyres are right at the back of the garage. They wouldn't have had time to get wet. This is such unfortunate timing, really, for Aitken.
Jack Aitken would have needed this just a couple of minutes longer in the pit window. The rain is coming down. At the moment, it's Sheldon van der Linde who leads the way, looking to repeat the feat of this time last year when he won in the hot sunshine. But you can see how slippery it is. He's gone deep into turn 1. Jack Aitken as well. Mirko Bortolotti through into second place. Also there is Clemens Schmid, Aychen Guin at the front in the green. Grillo E Porsche. Lucas Stoltz just behind. Marco Wittmann to the inside. And that is Ricardo Fella absolutely spanking the wall on the exit of turn 3. Outside now, the rain is absolutely teeming down. And there is a massive crack of thunder overhead and a flash of lightning. There was a massive crack as the number 7 car connected with the barrier. Again, about after Ricardo Fella, there's cracks of thunder all around. I can hear them outside our commentary position as Lucas Stoltz sees the Marco Wittmann BMW on the inside of him. Marco Wittmann and Lucas Stoltz is under investigation. This is the aforementioned incident. A slightly BMW-shaped dent in the left-hand door of that Mercedes.
Just trying to give the side of the Mercedes a kidney grill-shaped decal on the front door. So then we are definitely seeing the wettest conditions we've seen.
We'll be looking to take advantage of this. The rain is still coming down. The track is not going to dry out completely in the next 14 minutes. Marco Wittmann's car starting to resemble something like it did last time out at Zandvoort. The front wing hanging off, so clearly the contact with Lucas Stoltz having a dramatic effect. Arjun Maini also with with wet weather tyres.
Maybe the Wittmann crew should take the approach of if it's broken, don't fix it.
Sheldon van der Linde on top at the moment. Bortolotti looks to have better traction.
Definitely, yes. Bortolotti looking good out there at the moment. We'll regain our control over who is where in the next few moments. I think Franck Pereira also hasn't come in just yet. Sometimes it's pouring down again, sometimes it's drying again. It must be very patchy on the radars as again Stoltz and Wittmann collide, this time at turn 4, because Kelvin van der Linde could take advantage of them if they're not too careful. Here comes Bortolotti to the outside at turn 2 on Sheldon van der Linde. You really can't go too wide through 2 and 3. Great action, dueling at the Norisring.
So Lamborghini versus Lamborghini versus Lamborghini. To the inside goes Luca Exler and sailing past Nicky Tim. Now he challenges Mirko Bortolotti with less than 30 seconds remaining of time racing on this race. What a move from Luca Exler. So into the last part of the last lap. René Rast into Dutzendijk for the final time and around into turn 5. He kept his cool while everybody else was losing theirs. He's staying on the slick tyres. It's paid off. It's a win for René Rast from Pereira in the slick shod 63 car in second place. It's slick tyres 1, 2, 3 because Luca Exler is going to come home for the last of the podium positions. We're still waiting for him to cross the line. Here he comes now, Luca Exler. His second trip to the podium this season in car number 19 is about to come. He really was a long way back, wasn't he? Keep it out of the liquid moly banners, that would be ironic. On this final lap, here comes Luca Exler, the last of the podium positions to receive the checkered flag. It's a second podium for Luca Exler. Joachim Herrmann, the Bavarian minister, presenting the trophy. I need a wheelbarrow to get the one back to the pits, I should think. That's a proper trophy, that is. That's one to remember. That'll take pride of place. He had to work for that. Franz Conrad looking on, a legend in German motorsport. Linus Strasser, slalom winner on the Kitzbühel. I did the Kitzbühel once, not as quickly as he did. Presenting the second place trophy from, don't drop it, chap. Franck Pereira just keeping hold of that second place trophy. And Dr. Gerd Ensler, the ADAC Sports President, a wonderful man, does a phenomenal job presenting a trophy to another phenomenal man, Luca Exler, and the smile says it all. We get to do it all again tomorrow. The champagne torpedoes break out. The Schumacher champagne being sprayed around here at the Norisring. It was a race that had everything. And reflect on René Rast winning here in race 1 at the Norisring ahead of Franck Pereira, Luca Exler. That's your 1, 2, 3. Then Nicky Tim, Mirko Bortolotti, Kelvin and Sheldon.